Here's another quick little project you can do for this upcoming Valentine's Day. This is going to be a heart made out of a chain. It could be a bicycle chain. It could be any chain that you have laying around. Preferably with no rust on it, but if you do have a chain with rust, you can always stick weld it and it will be fine. What I like to do is I go on the computer and I print out a picture of a heart that I like. Then I transfer it over to cardboard. Once you get it to cardboard, then you can cut your chain to size, lay it around, get it to where they connect at some point so you can put a link in so you have just one solid piece. And then you lay it around that cardboard until it has a nice tight fit and looks appealing to the eye. Take your time, make sure it's perfect. There you go. Now be careful, don't touch it. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to go around the entire heart and tack every single joint there so it's one solid piece. You do have to be careful here. I always prefer to use a fillet rod just to get some extra material in there. The last thing you want to do is burn up one of these links to a point to where it's not going to look appealing to the eye from the front side. You want to keep all the welds on the back so you can see nothing from the front. As you can see, I'm just going along the edge here, getting every joint secured. I definitely need to get better at lifting off that pedal before I remove the torch. Here's another shot from a different angle, showing you what I'm doing. You just want to get in there. You don't have to turn your amps up too high. Just get them enough to where you can get that filler in there and get it melted. And make sure you're only tacking it on one side. Putting a little bit of heat into it won't hurt it. It won't mess up the finished product. It will, however, add some coloring to the front of the chains if it is not a rusted chain. And you want to be careful through this whole process. Don't bump into it and try your best not to stick that tungsten. You do not want this heart to move. Again, I'm not the best TIG welder in the world, as you can see, but I'm trying. I do love using these edge cups in projects like these so I can see through the cup to help me and prevent me from moving these chains around. Little mistake there, no big deal. There you go. And on this side, you can see I did put a little bit more heat into it, and you will see that on the front side. You'll see the different colors on the front. Look at that. There's that spot where I put a little bit too much heat into it and went a little too blue. But the end product, I think it looks great. So now what we're going to do is we're going to attach this to a base so you can set it on a shelf, on a mantle, whatever you prefer. Now what I'm doing here is I'm tacking the back side of that chain to that plate. The only issue is that I did not have any filler with me. And I only have two hands, so I need something to help me hold this in place so I can have filler in the other hand to add in some material, because this chain is just burning away and it's not fusing to the bottom plate. As you can see, it looks like I welded it, but I'm going to lift it off right here. So now we're going to get up and we're going to go grab a magnet like we should have done in the first place. All right, now that we've got a magnet, let's see if we can get this right. Make sure it's nice and straight, not tipped over. You want it to look as good as possible. And this is just a simple design. You could you could make this into a picture frame. You could put a mirror behind it. You could put bars across to hang earrings from. Anything you think would be the best for your significant other. Just trying to get it lined up here and perfect. Looks good. Let's go ahead and get some filler and throw a tack on the back side. Make sure you have all your welds on the back side so they are not visible from the front. Just making sure I've got everything tight. We're all good to go. I've got enough stick out just so I can get in that tight little spot. It's a delicate process. Don't be afraid to take your time. There we go, just getting that tack in there. Everything's looking good so far. We should stick this time. Give that post flow some time, pull that magnet off, and look at that. It didn't fall over. It's all welded out. And as you can see, there's a little bit of a difference from the back and the front, so you do want to keep all your welds on that back side. Just taking a look at it. Everything looks straight. I'm happy with it. And just like that, you have a heart for Valentine's Day. Made by yourself, a nice gift to give somebody. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. I hope all of you have a happy Valentine's Day.